Exercise your mind in the Word of God. Answer the biblical questions within 10 seconds. For every correct answer, you'll earn 1 point. The bonus question is worth 5 points. At the end of the video, I want to know how many questions you got right. Welcome to the Marvelous Quiz channel. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe because every week brings a new video like this. Now, I humbly ask for your like as we dive into the quiz. Question number 1. What was the name of Abraham's son born to Sarah's servant, Hagar? Option A, Isaac. Option B, Ishmael. Option C, Jacob. Option D, Esau. Time on screen. The correct answer is option B, Ishmael. The angel of the Lord said to her, "You are with child and will have a son, and you will name him Ishmael, because the Lord has heard you in your suffering." The biblical answer is written in Genesis, chapter 16, verse 11. Question number 2. In the parable of the prodigal son, how many sons did the father have? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 4. Time on screen. The correct answer is option B, 2. Jesus continued, "A man had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, 'Father, I want my share of the inheritance,' what he had, and went to a distant region, and there he wasted his wealth by living irresponsibly." The biblical answer is written in Luke, chapter 15, verse 11. Question number 3. When Moses heard the voice of God from the burning bush, what did God ask him to remove? Option A, his sandals. Option B, his head covering. Option C, his outer garment. Option D, his ring. Time on screen. The correct answer is option A, his sandals. And he said, "Come not near here, take your shoes off your feet, for the place where you stand is holy ground." And he said, "I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." And Moses hid his face, because he was afraid to look at God. The biblical answer is written in Exodus, chapter 3, verse 5. Question number 4. Which disciple betrayed Jesus with a kiss? Option A, John. Option B, Philip. Option C, Judas Iscariot. Option D, Thomas. Time on screen. The correct answer is option C, Judas Iscariot. And while he was yet speaking, behold, Judas, one of the 12, arrived, and with him a great multitude with swords and clubs, sent by the chief priests and the priests of the people. And he that betrayed him had given them a sign, saying, "He that I kisses this, arrest him." The biblical answer is written in Matthew, chapter 26, verse 47 to 48. Question number 5. How many men did Jesus feed with just 5 loaves and 2 fish? Option A, 100. Option B, 500. Option C, 3,000. Option D, 5,000. Time on screen. The correct answer is option D, 5,000. And when he had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven, blessed and broke the loaves, and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And he distributed the 2 fish to everyone. And they all ate and were satisfied, and they raised caricots full of pieces of bread and fish to doze off. And those who ate the loaves were about 5,000 men. The biblical answer is written in Mark, chapter 6, verse 44. Question number 6. Who baptized Jesus? Option A, Peter. Option B, John the Baptist. Option C, Andrew. Option D, he wasn't baptized. Time on screen. The correct answer is option B, John the Baptist. Jesus was baptized by his cousin, John the Baptist. God gave John the special power and authority to baptize. The biblical answer is written in Matthew, chapter 3, verse 13 to 17. Question number 7. Who was saved by being put into a basket as a baby and placed in the reeds in the river Nile? Option A, Moses. Option B, Noah. Option C, Samuel. Option D, Solomon. Time on screen. The correct answer is option A, Moses. But when she could not hide him any longer, she took for him a chest of reeds, and covered it with bitumen and pitch, and putting the child in it, lay it among the reeds on the bank of the river. And her sister stood afar off to know what would happen to her. The biblical answer is written in Exodus, chapter 2, verse 3. Question number 8. Who was thrown into a den of lions by King Darius? Option A, Daniel. Option B, David. Option C, Moses. Option D, Abraham. Time on screen. The correct answer is option A, Daniel. Daniel, even a friend of King Darius, is caught in prayer to the God of Israel and therefore thrown into a pit with hungry lions. However, he ends up miraculously escaping from being devoured by these lions. The biblical answer is written in Daniel, chapter 6. Question number 9. How many plagues did God send to the Egyptians? Option A, 5. Option B, 7. Option C, 8. Option D, 10. Time on screen. The correct answer is option D, 10. The 10 plagues of Egypt were 10 tragedies that occurred in Egyptian lands with the intention of demanding that King Pharaoh free the enslaved Hebrews. The Bible shows that the God of Israel launched Egypt's 10 proposals, one by one, in an attempt to convince Pharaoh to change his plans. The biblical answer is written in Exodus, chapter 7, verse 11. Question number 10. In the time of Noah, what object did God put in the sky as a reminder that he wouldn't flood the earth again? Option A, a cloud. Option B, a rainbow. Option C, a shooting star. Option D, a pillar of smoke. Time on screen. The correct answer is option B, a rainbow. And God said, "This is the sign of the covenant which I have put between me and you, and between every living soul that is with you, for everlasting generations. My bow I have placed in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth." The biblical answer is written in Genesis, chapter 9, verse 12 to 15. Before we move on to the bonus question, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. Now let's go to the bonus question, worth 5 points. Answer correctly. According to Genesis, how many days did it take for God to create the world? Time on screen. The correct answer is 6 days. God creates this earth and its heaven and all forms of life in 6 days. Each day's acts of creation are described. God creates man, male and female, in his own image. Man is given dominion over all things, and he is commanded to multiply and fill the earth. The biblical answer is written in Genesis, chapter 1. We are reaching the end of our quiz. Now, tell me in the comments how many questions you got right. If you answered more than 8 questions correctly, you had an excellent result. I hope you enjoyed our content. May God bless each one of you who hit the like button. A big hug to everyone and see you in the next video.